Hi, could you tell me your first name, nationality, the year you arrived, and how old you were?
My name is Jose. I'm from Mexico, and I arrived here in the summer of 2008, maybe 2009, actually, 2009.
When you first arrived to the U.S., what communication challenges did you and your family face?
Well, since my parents didn't know any English, me and my older brother were the ones that knew a little bit English, so we had to communicate through them or for them. And it was a really difficult thing being as a 14-year-old, having to deal with financial aid process, taxes, buying a house, just buying shopping, daily routines, but mostly with the teachers. They never really had parent-teacher conference because they never understood what they were saying, so it was really difficult for them to understand what's going on in their school life.
Were you involved in English as a second language program?
I was in middle school. I was honestly in middle school for 1 year in the U.S., and I was involved in ESL. And having prior English classes in Mexico, I thought it was very simple, and it really didn't help me with the school life as much as just interacting with Americans at the time.
What impact did ESL have on you?
Well, writing was really helpful, structuring, grammar, spelling, but communicating with others was not that helpful just because their vocabulary and their way of talking is a lot different than what the teacher in ESL, but it was really helpful writing-wise.
Did it make you feel any different from other students?
Yes, because I remember most of the in middle school you usually take classes with the same people, but during that block, me and a couple other students just moved to a different class, so I felt isolated and different from classmates.
Okay. So about your culture, how do you identify it?
I identify myself as Mexican.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, I was raised in Mexico 14 years, and this is my 6th year living in the U.S., and I believe that my roots and what my core values are still very similar to the Mexican values from the family there. And I really do feel myself I'm more Mexican than any other race or
So do you
ethnicity.
feel yourself to be assimilated, or not as much?
I feel somewhat assimilated. I feel the more time I spend here, the more I get assimilated, but that just comes through just being with other people who believe in American core values and not just your family members. It's not how long you stay in the U.S., but rather how long you interact with Americans.
So do you feel your beliefs in what your culture, or how you define your culture, is different from that of your parents?
Yes, I do feel every person, culture basically originates from their parents first. And it's still, even when I'm back home, I still talk to them in Spanish, and I sometimes believe everything they say because, their values is what I believe, so I do believe myself as being more, acting more like the core values that my parents gave me than the ones that have been around right now.
Okay. So how do you feel you fit in with your peer group?
Well, now that it's my 6th year in the U.S., I do feel I have a mix of both American and Mexican culture. So just most importantly, is being myself. Doesn't matter what race you are. As long as you're true to your character, anyone who wants to be your friend will be your friend. And language is only a barrier if it's minimal. But once you have the basics, I do believe language it's not a barrier at the end of the day.
So do you feel learning English gave you more confidence to interact with different backgrounds?
Yeah, because I think communication is probably the biggest part of a friendship. And if you can't communicate, then it's difficult. And also, not being afraid of screwing up or just having a confidence that can be proficient in English gives you more confidence in anything, especially making friends.
Okay. Well, this concludes our interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.